Hey guys, welcome to Mullin Farm. Hey, for those of you that haven't watched before, I'm Lance. I farm here with my wife Claire and our kids. Just heading around to our runoff at the moment. We're bringing our heifers home today from grazing, so they graze at our runoff. Well, my mum and dad actually own the runoff, so mum and dad graze our heifers for us, and we charge us grazing for them. So yeah, we're about 10 days away from calving. So yeah, about time to get them home. We normally have the odd one calve at the runoff, so fingers crossed we don't get round there and find one. But yeah, we did actually have our first calf last night. We had a little premature calf born, so I haven't decided quite what we're going to do with that one yet. I need to have a look at whether it's viable to keep it or not, or whether it's just going to be too small. But yeah, I just thought you might want to see what we get up to. We will also, when the heifers get home, run them through the yard and just tag them, put their so they give them their herd tags. So they've still just got their baby tags at the moment, or their birth IDs. So yeah, we'll show you that, and then as well as that, our cows have finished the last day on their crop this morning. So I've actually just let them out before I've jumped in the car and now heading out the back to their paddock out the back there. So I'll show you what we do there as far as feeding out and stuff. So yeah, the idea is to tag the heifers and let them go back with the cows and mix them all together, so they get to know each other before they start calving and before they end up in the herd together. How's it going?
Run a couple of forwards first, and then we can... Oh, we can just have one forward through if you take your event. Yeah, we're working all the time.
Good lady.
Come on, all the way. Come on, have a look.
Around, ladies. Come on.
Come on, girls.
Over there with the curls. Back up, hon. Back up. Back up. Good lady. That's it. Can I go too?
Come on, then. Come on.
One more. Come on, love.
Come on.
Good girl. Nearly there.
Up.
Good lady.
There we go.
Come on. Keep moving, girls. Up, up, up. Come on, Blakey. Come on. Keep walking.
Come on, girls. Up. Come on. Up. Come on. Here. Come on. Up. 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 Come on, girls. Up.
You're all right. Turn around.
Come on, girls.
Down.
Down.
Good girl.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, girls. Come on, girls. Come on, girls. Come on. Whoop.
Right, so really awesome to get the Heifers back home from the runoff yesterday. All went really well, apart from took a little while to get some of them off the truck. Some of them were quite quiet, and the driver just said, yeah, they just didn't want to come out of their pens for some reason, but we got there in the end. So Claire and I actually tagged them yesterday afternoon as well. So we gave them their management tags for the year. So we're actually going for a black ear tag this year. We tend to use a different colour ear tag with our heifers every year. Just makes drafting them out so much easier. Basically, all you got to do is draft out everything with a black ear tag if you ever need to draft the heifers out. So I mixed them up with our cows yesterday afternoon once they'd come home. So I'm just heading back now to feed them again, show you a bit about what we do back there with doing that. So we typically during winter use 2-day breaks for the cows. Few reasons for it. One of the reasons is just gives me a bit more of a break. Since we don't have staff at all, I basically spend 10 months of the year getting up at 4 in the morning to milk every day. So by having 2-day breaks and only having to feed out every second day, it means that I actually get to sleep in a bit more on that second day and have a chance to have a bit of a break there while the cows are dry. And also we find that they actually really enjoy it. It's quite nice to come back sort of in the evenings or afternoons on that end of that first day, and they're all just happily sitting around chewing their cud, well fed, chilled out. They're not sort of standing there yelling at you again already thinking they need to be fed, which is quite good because you can sort of get into that habit of being back here working around them, and they can see you without thinking, oh, silage is coming or our next break's coming. I actually fed them yesterday, but I'm just feeding them a day earlier this time around just because I've mixed the heifers in. There's a few more mouths in there, so the demand's gone up a little bit, but also just they tend to sort of beat each other up a little bit and have a few fights and stuff when you first mix them together. So I find by just feeding them a day early just gives them a chance to then settle down and concentrate on eating and you know, leave each other alone and just get used to each other without having too much time on their hands and scrapping. I tend to feed, so we give them about 30 square metres per cow during winter where we can, and then we mostly feed silage through winter until we start calving, when we start feeding hay, and it's about 4 bales a day. So with 2-day breaks, I'm feeding out about 8 bales every 2 days, which is pretty quick. We've got a trail hustler bale feeder, which means we can carry 4 bales at a time. And it goes pretty good. I tend to feed out on the day straight in front of them, because I find, especially with silage, maybe not so much with hay, but feeding out silage too early, it sort of oxidizes, and you lose quite a bit of that quality if it's lying around too long. So, and it's not too big a deal. It's still, I would still be feeding the same amount every day, whether I fed out, you know, a couple of days in front of them or on the day. So it works out quite well for us. So with them being on about sort of a 30 square metres per cow per day, that puts us, you know, got about 200 cows at home, with the Heifers still in the runoff, about a 135-day round through winter, which works quite well. We had a fairly good grass in front of us because we've been on such a long round, the end of our milking season. And then I just leave them on there about that same round once we put the Heifers in, and it just takes them to about 25 square metres per cow, which I find, you know, works quite well still. The Heifers have come home in really good condition. I may, just depending on what paddocks they're in and stuff, if I keep an eye on them, I may end up giving them maybe an extra bale here and there if I feel that they need it, but I don't think it'll be too bad. We've had a fairly mild winter for the most part, so we haven't sort of made too much damage. Utilisation's been really good, so they've been getting really well fed. Oh, that's me all finished for the morning, guys. Thanks again for watching, as always. So I've fed out for the 2 days here. The Heifers all look actually like they've settled in fairly well, and they've got lots of space. It's a good thing about having 2-day breaks, especially when you first mix them together, that they're not all too crowded. They can spread out and everyone finds something to eat while they're sort of getting used to each other. I see the cows have actually broken a valve on a water trough, so I'm just going to head off now and fix that so that they've got water for today. But yeah, like always, I really appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.